a birthday he would never see. His family called him Marky, and he was full of life and ambition. Blake Dingman was 21 years old when his life was tragically taken. Upon hearing of the shooting, his family raced to the borderline to see if Blake was all right. However, it was too late. Blake enjoyed skateboarding and BMX bike riding. Christina Morissette was a 20-year-old free spirit. She had a beautiful smile that she always gave when you walked through the doors. Christina was the cashier that night and Brandon's second victim. Jacob Dunham was 21 years old. When asked to describe Jacob in one word, his family responded with, fearless. Jacob was the life of every party and enjoyed BMX and dirt bike riding, off-roading, wake surfing, and kneeboarding. Thousand Oaks, California was incorporated on October 7, 1964. The city was named after many beautiful oak trees in the area. Thousand Oaks is the second largest city in Ventura County and is located about 40 miles from Los Angeles. In 2018, the population was about 127,000 people. The top employer is Amgen Inc., and the second largest employer is the Oaks Shopping Mall. Borderline Bar and Grill was first opened in the late 1980s in Malibu, California, and then was later moved to Thousand Oaks. The bar was officially established in 1993. The bar is popular with a college crowd, having several different colleges nearby, such as California State University, Channel Island, located in Camarillo, California, Pepperdine University, and Moore Park College. Borderline is Ventura County's largest country dance hall and live music venue, with 2,500 square feet of only dance floor. The bar has pool tables, games, TVs, a full bar, as well as a full dinner menu. Borderline Bar and Grill is co-owned by Brian Hines and Troy Hale. Information about Brandon before he started high school is somewhat unknown. We know that he was an only child, and his mother and father divorced when he was only a year old. When Brandon was quite young, his father passed away from cancer, and his mother raised him. Brandon started high school at El Modena before transferring to Newberry Park High School, where he would complete his junior and senior years. Not long into Brandon's senior year did he decide he was going to join the military and enlist with the Marine Corps. While in high school, Brandon enjoyed snowboarding, trucks, and playing a tactical shooter video game called Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. Brandon was a sprinter on the track team and also played on the baseball team. Former classmates would later say that Brandon had anger issues that were very apparent. One incident that seems to stick out for everyone that knew Brandon in high school was when Brandon was at track practice one day. One of the track coaches had found a cell phone. The coach asked whose cell phone it was. Brandon said it was his, and when she didn't immediately give him the cell phone, he got angry and assaulted the track coach. Another time, Brandon pretended to shoot her in the head. The track coach wanted Brandon off the team immediately. However, all other coaches discouraged her from kicking him off the team or alerting the authorities because they knew Brandon was waiting to enlist in the Marines, and they didn't want his dreams of joining the military to be ruined. Ultimately, the track coach decided not to get the authorities involved. Brandon graduated from Newberry Park High School in 2008 and would begin serving in the Marines from August 2008 until March 2013. Brandon had a rather normal military career and was proud that he followed in his grandfather's footsteps, who had served in the Navy for 30 years. Brandon served for a time in Hawaii, where he met his future wife in 2009, and they quickly became married. In 2011, the couple had separated when Brandon was deployed overseas. After he returned from his deployment, Brandon filed for divorce in May of 2013. He cited irreconcilable differences as the reason for the divorce. Brandon earned many different awards and medals while he was in the service. In August of 2011, he earned the rank of corporal. He also earned the Sea Service Deployment Ribbon, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, and the National Defense Service Medal. While deployed, Brandon helped build roads, canals, and tried to help others overseas. His old military roommate later commented that Brandon seemed like a great guy. Brandon even gave him a Bible when they were deployed that he still uses today. Brandon was described as a low-performing Marine, and although he received various medals, he still didn't do enough to stand out more. His military record indicated that Brandon was never wounded, or punished for misconduct. In March of 2013, Brandon was honorably discharged from the Marines and immediately enrolled at California State University, Northridge. He studied athletic training from 2013 to 2016 and came close to graduating but dropped out before doing so. A prior roommate that lived with Brandon while he was in college stated that Brandon was a rather odd person. He seemed to just keep to himself and spend a lot of time in his room. When he did come out of his room, however, he would go into their garage and turn on electronic music as loud as it would go, and he would be in there for hours practicing dance moves. When he came out of the garage, he would be all sweaty and out of breath. After dropping out of school, Brandon went and lived with his mom. Friends and neighbors commented on how nice and friendly his mother was. She always would say hello to you and enjoyed rescuing German shepherds from animal shelters. She had 2 of them that lived at the house with her and Brandon. Growing up, his mom was always active in Brandon's school and organized different athletic fundraisers. She also proudly posted photos of Brandon on her social media pages. Brandon eventually moved into his mom's ranch-style home at 804 Fowler Avenue. The home sat on a beautiful little street lined with palm trees. The serene Fowler Avenue would quickly become disturbed by Brandon's outrageous behavior. He and his mom would have loud and aggressive verbal fights. Brandon would punch holes in the wall while screaming at his mom and throwing furniture around. Sometimes the neighbors would even hear gunfire. Brandon's mother went to her job at Procter & Gamble every day, while Brandon rarely left the home.
She might have been afraid of him herself. I don't know. She never said that. But she was living in hell.
When he did leave the home, he never spoke to the neighbors and always kept his head down. The neighbors also didn't go out of their way to converse with Brandon, as just his presence made them uncomfortable. Many people have assumed that Brandon was living with PTSD from being overseas at war. While this may be true, there's been no direct evidence to prove that Brandon was ever diagnosed. Brandon's mom would confide in friends and express her frustration with Brandon as he refused to get help. If you or someone you know is suffering from PTSD, please see the links in the show notes on ways to get help. Immediately following the shooting, the president ordered all American flags to be at half-staff. The nearby university, California Lutheran University, canceled classes for the rest of the week, while all the other nearby schools had counselors on hand every day and many days following the shooting. Close to 100 events were held to honor the victims of the Thousand Oaks shooting. Numerous vigils, memorials, and fundraisers were held. A portion of the freeway that passes by the bar was named in honor of Sergeant Ron Heelis.
It doesn't matter what community you're in. It doesn't matter how safe your community is. It can happen anywhere.
On Thanksgiving Day of 2019, co-owners Brian Hines and Troy Hale announced that Borderline Bar and Grill would reopen. While construction is being done on the Thousand Oaks Borderline Bar and Grill, the duo has opened a new location in Agora Hills, California named the BL Dance Hall and Saloon. While it will take time to rebuild in Thousand Oaks, one thing will always remain. They will always be borderline strong.
Hey everybody, happy Thanksgiving. Troy Hale, Brian Hines here, the owners of the Borderline Bar and Grill. We have an update for you guys. We figured this is the best way to do it. Everybody's been asking a lot of questions, so we have some news for you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Lots to be thankful for everything you guys have done for us. We have decided to reopen the bar. We're going to reopen the Borderline Bar and Grill. It's going to take a little while. We will work towards it best we can, but temporarily, Troy's got some updates and some things we're going to do for you guys.
We got some big news. We are opening a new place in Agora Hills. It's going to be called the BL Dance Hall and Saloon. We're bringing everything back that made the actual Borderline home feel like home. We're bringing everything as far as the neons, the dance floor. We're actually going to be building a brand new dance floor, pool tables, you name it. Everything that you loved about Borderline, we're bringing to this new location in Agora Hills. Check out below in the description. You can find the address. It'll be posted everywhere. Even check out our website. We have all the information there. We're just really excited to bring this back to you guys and have something we can actually call home now. It's kind of be our temporary home for the time being until we actually get Borderline reopened. In the meantime, we are going to be keeping the Agora and Santa Clarita nights going at Canyon Club, so we would like to thank you guys for those. Anything else?
we're here for you like you've been here for us. We're going to bring back that disco saddle and all the love that made Borderline. So enjoy the BL, enjoy us. We'll hopefully see you soon, and we'll keep giving you these updates as long as we know. But like we said, it is going to be a little while since we get the old bar open, so let's try this new one for a while.
Yep. Hope to see you guys soon, and stay tuned for more updates, and have a great Thanksgiving. See you guys.
We love you all.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Active Shooter, the podcast. Remember, if you see something, say something. There's no telling how many lives you may be saving.
Active shooter, reports of an active shooter, active shooter.
Active shooter, mass casualty incidents.
Make sure to check us out on social media. We have a discussion group on Facebook. Just search for Active Shooter, the podcast discussion group. You can also find us on Instagram at Active the Podcast and Twitter at Podcast Active. For just $1 a month, you can get access to ad-free episodes, early release episodes when available, and a shout-out on the show. Just go to patreon.com/Active the Podcast. Thank you, and be safe.